Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Maths by Samit Deshmukh. In this video, we are discussing question bank of probability distribution. Weightage given by the board to this chapter is 5 marks. But before starting the example from question bank, let us revise the important definition and formulas from this chapter. So if you are new on my channel, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get notification of every newly uploaded video. So let us begin with the first important definition, that is Bernoulli trial. So very important definition, only one definition is there in this chapter, and on this definition whole formulas are there. So Bernoulli trial, when we can say that a trial is a Bernoulli trial, so if a random experiment which has only two mutually exclusive outcomes, namely success and failure, such type of experiments are called as dichotomous experiment. Means in short we can say that the experiment which gives what? Only two outcomes, such experiments are called as what? Such experiment are called as dichotomous experiment. Just take an example, a coin is tossed, then how many possible outcomes are there? Head और what? टेल. मीन्स ओनली टू आउटकम्स आर देयर, आइदर हेड और टेल. अभी इनमें कुछ इंटरसेक्शन हो सकता है क्या? हेड और टेल में बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, इनमें कोई कॉमन एलिमेंट नहीं है. एंड इफ देयर इज नो कॉमन एलिमेंट एट दैट टाइम वी कैन से दैट दीज आउटकम्स आर व्हाट? म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव आउटकम्स. यानी ये दोनों आउटकम्स में कुछ भी इंटरसेक्शन नहीं है. कितने आउटकम्स होने चाहिए? सिर्फ दो. जस्ट टेक एन अनदर एग्जांपल, अ ट्रू फॉल्स क्वेश्चन. तो इसमें क्या होगा? एक तो आंसर ट्रू होगा या तो फॉल्स होगा. दोनों में कुछ इंटरसेक्शन होने के कोई चांसेस नहीं है. सच एक्सपेरिमेंट्स आर कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? डाइकोटोमस एक्सपेरिमेंट. एंड इफ दिस डाइकोटोमस एक्सपेरिमेंट satisfies certain condition, at that time we can say that it is what? Bernoulli trial. So let us see which condition should be satisfied by dichotomous experiment. If the dichotomous experiment is repeated n times, यानी उसको n times repeat किया, जैसे एक कॉइन जो है 10 टाइम टॉस किया, तो then means we are repeating this experiment how many times? 10 times. So such in this case, if certain condition is satisfying, what is that condition? And if in each case the probability of success, अब सक्सेस यहाँ पे जो एग्जाम्पल लिया है वो किसका है? सक्सेस और फेल्यूर का, इसलिए हमने सक्सेस यूज किया. सो इफ द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ सक्सेस, इफ यू आर डिनोटिंग इट बाय p, देन इट्स वैल्यू शुड लाई इन बिटवीन 0 and 1 एंड इट्स कांस्टेंट. यानी 10 बार भी आपने वही एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म किया तो प्रोबेबिलिटी की वैल्यू क्या होनी चाहिए? कांस्टेंट होनी चाहिए. जैसे 10 बार हमने कॉइन टॉस किया तो हेड आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी हर एक बार क्या होनी चाहिए? कांस्टेंट होनी चाहिए. इफ these conditions are satisfying by what? Dichotomous experiment, at that time it is called as what? Bernoulli trial. In short, you have to remember that if an experiment gives what? Two outcomes and probability of both the outcomes remains what? Constant. If the experiment is performed more than one times, at that time we can say that it is what? Bernoulli trial. यानी आपके दो ही आउटकम्स है और दोनों भी आउटकम्स की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होनी चाहिए? कांस्टेंट रहनी चाहिए. आपने जितने भी बार वो एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म किया उतनी बार उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होनी चाहिए? कांस्टेंट. जैसे हेड और टेल, कॉइन इज टॉस, तो आउटकम्स क्या है? हेड और टेल. तो जितनी बार भी आप कॉइन टॉस करेंगे तो हेड की जो प्रोबेबिलिटी और टेल की जो प्रोबेबिलिटी वो क्या होनी चाहिए? कांस्टेंट होनी चाहिए. एट दैट टाइम such experiment is called as what? Bernoulli trial. Now we are discussing definition of what? Binomial distribution. So when we are able to apply this formula to find out our probability, formula of probability distribution only in case of what? Bernoulli trial. Getting it? Bernoulli trial means how many outcomes are there? Only two outcomes are there. In such cases only this formula is applicable to find out the probability. चलो देखते हैं क्या है हमारा formula. A discrete random variable x is said to follows a binomial distribution with parameter n and p. अब n क्या है? n is nothing but what? Number of times the experiment is performed. अगर मैं कहता हूं कि कॉइन 10 बार टॉस किया तो n की वैल्यू क्या होगी? 10. Getting it? And with parameter p, another one is what? p. अभी कॉइन टॉस किया तो हमारे पास दो रिजल्ट होंगे, या तो हेड आएगा या तो टेल आएगा. तो हेड की प्रोबेबिलिटी अगर मैंने p से डिनोट की तो फिर उसे भी क्या बोलते हैं हम, पैरामीटर। p मीन्स व्हाट, हेड कम्स अप। अगर हेड की प्रोबेबिलिटी p से डिनोट की तो q क्या डिनोट करेगा, टेल की प्रोबेबिलिटी डिनोट करेगा। गेटिंग इट? सो वन प्रोबेबिलिटी इफ आई एम डिनोटिंग बाय p, देन प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ अनदर आउटकम, क्योंकि आउटकम कितने हैं, दो ही है, क्योंकि बर्नौली ट्रायल है, दो ही आउटकम्स है। एक आउटकम की प्रोबेबिलिटी p से डिनोट की तो दूसरे आउटकम्स की प्रोबेबिलिटी किससे डिनोट की जाएंगी, q से। गेटिंग इट? सो हियर it's if it is probability mass function is given by, means this probability mass function of this discrete random variable is given by this formula, p of x is equal to p of x is equal to ncx into p raised to power x into q raised to power n minus x। अब इसमें हर एक चीज आप अच्छी तरीके से समझने की कोशिश कीजिए। एक ही फॉर्मूला है पूरे चैप्टर में और बाकी की जो फॉर्मूलीज है इससे ही जनरेट हो गए हैं। सो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस फॉर्मूला। इन दिस केस n, what is the meaning of n? Number of times एक्सपेरिमेंट इज परफॉर्म। अभी हम क्या करेंगे, एक सिंपल एग्जांपल जो कि हम बहुत बार यूज करते हैं, इसी एग्जांपल का वही एग्जांपल ले लेंगे। दो कॉइन टॉस किए, सॉरी अ कॉइन इज टॉस, सपोज दैट 10 टाइम्स, ओके, देन n विल बी इक्वल्स टू व्हाट, 10। चलो n की वैल्यू मिल गई हमें 10। अभी यहाँ पे x दिखाई दे रहा है, x के वैल्यूज है 0 1 2 3। अगर मैं कहता हूँ कि x इज अ रैंडम वेरिएबल जिसकी हमें क्या निकालनी है, प्रोबेबिलिटी निकालनी है। अभी कॉइन कितने बार टॉस किया है, 10 टाइम्स। And if I am saying that x is a random variable which shows number of heads, तो एक चीज हो सकती है कि 10 बार कॉइन टॉस किया तो एक भी बार हेड नहीं आया होगा, एक भी बार हेड नहीं आया होगा तो x की वैल्यू 0 होगी। हो सकता है 10 बार कॉइन टॉस करने के बाद एक बार हेड आ गया तो x की वैल्यू 1 होगी, 2 बार आ गया तो 2 होंगी, या तो ऐसे भी हो सकता है 3 4 5 6 7 8। अगर 10 बार कॉइन टॉस किया तो 10 ही बार भी हेड आ सकते हैं। मीन्स व्हाट आर द पॉसिबल वैल्यूज ऑफ x, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10। मीन्स इन दिस वे वी विल गेट द वैल्यूज ऑफ x। अब ये x के कितने वैल्यूज मिले हमें, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, यानी टोटल 11 वैल्यूज मिल गए। अभी उन्होंने कहा कि फाइंड द प्रोबेबिलिटी व्हेन x इज इक्वल टू 5, तो हम ये x की वैल्यू 5 लिखेंगे और यहाँ पे भी x की वैल्यू क्या आएंगी, 5। मीन्स दैट x इज नथिंग बट द वैल्यू ऑफ रैंडम वेरिएबल ऑफ विच वी आर फाइंडिंग द प्रोबेबिलिटी। जिस x की वैल्यू की प्रोबेबिलिटी हमें फाइंड करनी है वो अब x की वैल्यू यहाँ पे लेनी है। समझो कि 10 बार कॉइन टॉस किया और x के वैल्यू 0 to 10 आ गए, एंड इफ द क्वेश्चन इज फाइंड द प्रोबेबिलिटी व्हेन x इज इक्वल टू 5, तो x की वैल्यू यहाँ पे 5, यहाँ पे 5, यहाँ पे 5, यहाँ पे 5 और यहाँ पे भी 5। होप यू हैव गॉट इट। x मीन्स व्हाट, द वैल्यू ऑफ रैंडम वेरिएबल फॉर विच वी आर फाइंडिंग द प्रोबेबिलिटी। चलो n समझ में आ गया। n मीन्स नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स द कॉइन इज टॉस, x मीन्स व्हाट, आवर रिक्वायर्ड प्रोबेबिलिटी, p मीन्स व्हाट। चलो p क्या है, हमारे एक्सपेरिमेंट बर्नौली ट्रायल में कितने आउटकम्स होते हैं, सिर्फ 2 आउटकम्स होते हैं, 2 रिजल्ट होते हैं। अभी हमने कॉइन टॉस किया तो 2 रिजल्ट कौन से हो गए, एक तो हेड हो गया और एक टेल हो गया। हेड की प्रोबेबिलिटी अगर मैंने p से डिनोट की तो q क्या रिप्रेजेंट करेगा, टेल की प्रोबेबिलिटी, यानी 2 ही आउटकम है। एक आउटकम की प्रोबेबिलिटी अगर p है तो दूसरे आउटकम की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है, q। और यहाँ पे 2 ही आउटकम है, इसका मतलब दोनों प्रोबेबिलिटीज की एडिशन क्या होनी चाहिए, 1। p प्लस q इज इक्वल टू 1। होप यू आर गेटिंग इट, बिकॉज सम ऑफ ऑल प्रोबेबिलिटी इज इक्वल टू 1, लेकिन यहाँ पे 2 ही आउटकम्स है तो पहले आउटकम्स की प्रोबेबिलिटी प्लस सेकंड आउटकम की प्रोबेबिलिटी इज इक्वल टू व्हाट, 1, बिकॉज इन दिस वी आर इन बाइनोमियल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इज एप्लीकेबल ओनली इन केस of Bernoulli trial, and Bernoulli trial says that how many outcomes are there in the experiment, only 2 outcome। ऐसी ही एक्सपेरिमेंट के लिए बाइनोमियल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन अप्लाई किया जाता है। चलो अभी ये n तो समझ में आ गया, x भी समझ में आ गया। x means what, the probability of it is value of x for which we are finding the probability। p means what, probability of one outcome, then q represent probability of another outcome। एक वैल्यू मिल गई हमें p की, तो q की वैल्यू निकालने के लिए p इधर आके क्या होगा, माइनस। नाउ n is equal to 1 2 3 means 1 2 3 4 5 6 means what, that experiment is perform how many times। अगर एक्सपेरिमेंट एक ही बार परफॉर्म किया तो n की वैल्यू 1 हो सकती है, 2 बार परफॉर्म किया तो 2 हो सकती है। इफ आई एम सेइंग दैट कॉइन इज टॉस 3 टाइम्स, देन n will be equal to 3। इफ आई एम सेइंग दैट कॉइन इज टॉस 10 टाइम्स, सो n विल बी इक्वल टू 10. n की वैल्यू हर एक एग्जाम्पल में अलग अलग भी हो सकती है. दैट विल बी ऑलवेज गिवन इन आवर एग्जाम्पल. होप ऑल ऑफ यू गॉट द आइडिया अबाउट n also. n means number of times the experiment is performed. x means the value of random variable for which we are finding probability. हमारे दो आउटकम है, एक आउटकम की प्रोबेबिलिटी p तो दूसरे आउटकम की प्रोबेबिलिटी q. If once these values are known to us, just simply substitute the values and complete the calculation part, you will get your required probability, isn't it? एंड अदरवाइज जीरो. अब बाकी के n के वैल्यूज, x के वैल्यूज के लिए प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होंगी? जीरो होंगी. जैसे हमारे x के वैल्यू क्या थे? 10 टाइम्स कॉइन टॉस किया, एंड इफ आई एम सेइंग दैट x शोज नंबर ऑफ हेड, नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स हेड कम्स अप, तो x की वैल्यू 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 होंगी. तो 10 के ये 0 से 10 छोड़ के जितने भी x के वैल्यू है उसके लिए प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होंगी? जीरो. दिस फॉर्मूला इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. Now we are discussing condition for binomial distribution. So condition for binomial distribution. So first condition, trial of experiment or Bernoulli trial, means binomial distribution can be applicable only in case of what? Bernoulli trial. And when it is called as Bernoulli trial, if only in the experiment if two outcomes are there. At that time only it is called as Bernoulli trial. The number of trial means n is finite. जैसे जो भी एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हैं हम वो काउंटेबल होना चाहिए. That experiment is performed 5 times, then we can say that n is equal to 5. Or that experiment is performed 10 times, then n will be equal to 10. Means that number of times that experiment is performed should be what? Finite. If n ऑल n ट्रायल्स आर व्हाट? इंडिपेंडेंट. जो पहला ट्रायल है वो इंडिपेंडेंट होना चाहिए, सेकेंड ट्रायल इंडिपेंडेंट, थर्ड ट्रायल इंडिपेंडेंट. आप थर्ड कोई फोर्थ कंसीडर, फिफ्थ कंसीडर नहीं कर सकते. हर एक ट्रायल को आपको इंडिपेंडेंटली परफॉर्म करना है. द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ सक्सेस इज कांस्टेंट. अभी हमने यहाँ पे डेफिनेशन में भी सक्सेस यूज किया है. तो जैसे कि कॉइन टॉस किया तो दो ही आउटकम्स होंगे, हेड या टेल. तो हेड की प्रोबेबिलिटी जितने भी टाइम्स आप एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म करेंगे उतने टाइम क्या होनी चाहिए? कांस्टेंट होनी चाहिए. दैट इज द इंपॉर्टेंट कंडीशन. नाउ वी आर डिस्कसिंग the important definition, mean. Mean already we have studied in probability distribution also. Mean is also called as expected value, and it is denoted by e of x or by mu. It is denoted by what? E of x, or it is also denoted by mu, and it is defined as e of x is equal to np. अभी n क्या है आपको बताने की जरूरत नहीं, यहाँ पे भी हमने बताया. n means number of time that experiment is performed. p means what? P means the probability. अगर सक्सेस की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या हो गई? P. तो Q क्या रिप्रेजेंट करेगा? Q represent the probability of failure. So N and P, these values already we will obtain from the given condition. Then variance. Variance of a random variable is denoted by VAR of x, or it is denoted by sigma x square or square of sigma x. This is the notations for variance, and it is defined as variance of x will be equal to npq. N means number of times the experiment is performed. If I am saying that P is the probability of success, then Q means what? Probability of failure. अगर experiment क्या है? True false question का है. If P represent the probability that answer is true, then Q will represent the probability that answer is what? False. Then standard deviation. Standard deviation is denoted by this notation SD of x, or it is also denoted by sigma x. क्योंकि standard deviation किसका स्क्वायर रूट होता है? वेरिएंस का. वेरिएंस अगर सिग्मा स्क्वायर से डिनोट किया तो सिग्मा स्क्वायर का स्क्वायर रूट सिग्मा एक्स ही आएगा. दैट्स व्हाई स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन इज डिनोटेड बाय सिग्मा एक्स, एंड इट्स वैल्यू इज नथिंग बट स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ वेरिएंस. बट वेरिएंस मीन्स व्हाट? npq, n into p into q. So square root of npq. So all these formulas are useful to solve the examples from what? Probability distribution. So hope the idea about probability distribution is very clear to you. This is one formula to find out what? Probability mass function. This is one formula to find out mean, means expected value. This is the formula to find out variance, and this is the formula to find out standard deviation. Only 4 important formulas are there in this chapter. Applying all these formulas, now let us begin with the question number first from question bank. Now let us begin with the first part of question bank, which is nothing but multiple choice question. And multiple choice question in our exam can be asked for what? 2 marks. So see the first example. In this case, in a binomial distribution with n is equals to 4, means value of n is equals to 4 is given to us, means that experiment is performed how many times? 4 times. And again it is given to us twice the probability of x is equal to 3 is equal to 3 times the probability of x is equal to 2. Using this condition, question is to find out value of p. So n is equals to 4 is the given condition, and again probability satisfies this equation. So this equation we have considered here. Using this equation and n is equal to 4, let us try to find out our required value p. So here twice keep it as it is. What is the formula of probability? That is n. N means what? 4. N C x is equal to 3 into p raised to power x means the required probability. What is the value of x here? 3 into q raised to power n minus x. N is what? 4 minus x is 3, 4 minus 3 is 1 is equal to, just I am substituting the values in the formula. On this side also we are applying same formula. What is the formula of p of x? P of x will be equal to ncx into p raised to power x into q raised to power n minus x. Same formula we are applying on this side. 3 keep it as it is. Now n is equal to how much? 4c x is equal to 2 here. P keep it as it is because we have to find out value of p. X means our required probability. Here value of x is 2 into q raised to power n minus x. N is 4 and x is 2. So 4 minus 2 will be equal to what? 2. In this way we have substituted the values in this formula. Remaining part is just simplification part. Let us simplify it. 4 keep it as it is. 4c3 can be written as 4 into 3 into 2 divided by 1 into 2 into 3. Just we are applying the formula of combination. So here p, if you will observe both sides very carefully, observe that both the side contain the terms of p. So if I am cancelling p square on both sides, so here remaining term is p, isn't it? And on this side p square will get what? Cancel. Now if we are cancelling q on both sides, now again we are cancelling what? Q. So q and 1 q on this side will get cancelled. Here 3 keep it as it is. Value of 4c2 will be 4 into 3 divided by 1 into 2. And already this term will get cancelled, and q and 1 q from this side will get cancelled. So ये side में क्या बचा फिर? Q. So now simplified. Here 3 into 2 and 3 into 2 will get cancelled. Now 4 into 4 will be equal to what? Sorry, here 2 is there. By mistake I have written 4. So 2 into 4 will be equal to 8. 8p is equal to, on this side 4 into 3 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 into 3 will be equals to 18. 18q. So 8p keep it as it is. On this side 18 also as it is. Can I replace q by 1 minus p? Yes, because we know that p plus q is equal to 1, which implies that q is equal to 1 minus p. And why we are converting q in terms of p? Because question is to find out value of what? P. Now whole equation is in terms of p. Solving this equation we will get our required value p. Let us solve it. So 8p keep it as it is. On this side 18 ones are 18, and 18 into minus p will be minus 18p. Collect the terms of p. Minus 18p on this side will become plus 18p. 18 plus 8 will be equal to 26p. On this side remaining term will be 8. So which implies that p is equal to 18 divided by 26. Here we can observe that both the numbers are divisible by 2. If I am dividing to numerator and denominator by 2, so here we will get 9 and here we will get 13. So 9 upon 13 will be the value of what? P. So 9 upon 13 will be our required value. Now let us try to solve the second example. In this case, observe the given condition. So x is a random variable with probability distribution, and what are the parameter? N and p. N is equal to 10. B is nothing but what? Binomial distribution. Here n is equal to 10 is given to us, and value of p is also given to us 0.4. Using value of n and p, we have to find out value of e of x, and we have a formula to find out e of x, that is equal to what? Np. Just to remaining part is just to substitute the given value. N is equal to 10 and p is equal to 0.4. So if we are taking their 10 into 0.4 will be equal to 4, means here e of x will be equals to 4. In this way we have got the required value e of x, applying which formula? E of x is equal to np. Now see the third example. In this case also it is binomial distribution and x is a random variable with parameter what? Np. V of x is given to us. V of x is given 2.4 and p is also given to us 0.4. Using this we have to find out value of n. What is the formula of v of x? That is npq, isn't it? Now we are substituting the value. What is the value of v of x? That will be equal to 2.4. n we have to find out, which is unknown value. P is equal to what? 0.4. P is equal to 0.4 and q can be find out applying which formula? Q is equal to 1 minus p. So 1 minus p is given to us. What is the value of p? 0.4. So 1 minus 0.4 will be equal to 0.6, means value of q is also known to us 0.6. So 2.4 keep it as it is. On this side n also as it is. 4 6 are 24 and decimal point is before 2 digit. So this implies that n is equal to 2.4 divided by 0.24. So if we are performing this division, easily we can observe that our answer will be equal to what? 10, means n is equal to 10. In this way we have got the value of n, required value n. Now see in the question number 4, given that x is what? Random variable with probability distribution b, where n and p are parameter, value of n is given to us. What is the value of n? 10, and value of e of x is also given to us 8. Using all these condition, question is to find out value of p. So very simple question is there. So e of x, we know that e of x is equal to what? N into p. Now we are just substituting the values. So e of x is given to us 8 is equal to n is equals to 10 into p, keep it as it is. This implies that p is equals to 10 will get divided on this side, 8 divided by 10. So which implies that p is equal to 8 divided by 10 will be equal to 0.8. In this way we have got the value of p. P is equal to what? 0.8. Now let us try to solve the example number 5. Bernoulli distribution is a particular case of binomial distribution if n is equals to. Now when the binomial distribution is called as what? Bernoulli distribution. So that we have to check. So here we can say that if n is equals to 1, at that time binomial distribution is called as what? Bernoulli distribution. So here already I have written all the result. If n is equals to 1, the resulting distribution is known as what? Bernoulli distribution, and the probability mass function of this distribution, means Bernoulli distribution, is given by. So what is our formula to find out p of x? P of x is equal to npx into ncx into p raised to power x into q raised to power n minus x. This is the formula to find out what? Probability distribution in case of what? Binomial distribution. This is the formula to find out probability in case of binomial distribution. So as it stands, if n is equals to 1, if I am replacing here n by what? 1. So then value of 1cx will be equals to what? 1. So not necessary to write 1 here. That's why remaining term is p raised to power x into q raised to power. Again I am replacing n by what? N by 1. So here we will get, if I am replacing n by 1 here, what is the power of q? 1 minus x. Means these are the remaining term here after substituting value of n is equals to what? 1. So here p raised to power x into q raised to power 1 by x. By this formula probability is defined, and here value of x will be equal to what? 0 and 1, because n is equal to 1 means a random experiment is performed how many times? Only one time, isn't it? जैसे कि एक question है, a coin is tossed, then how many? Only one times. Then which are the possible outcomes? Head or what? Tail. If I am saying that x is a random variable which shows number of head, तो एक तो head की value 0 हो सकती है, या तो फिर 1 हो सकती है. या तो coin toss किया तो हो सकता है कि head नहीं आया हो तो x की value 0 हो गई, या तो फिर head आ गया हो तो x की value 1 ही होगी. तो दोबारा तो हम experiment perform नहीं कर रहे. Why? Because n is equal to 1. n is equal to 1 means how many times that experiment is performed. If experiment is performed only one time, then the possible values of head comes up will be equal to either either 0 or equal to 1, and for other values other than 0 and 1 the probability will be equal to 0, and we know that the value of probability p is definitely in between 0 and 1, because we know that value of probability either always lies in between which closed interval, 0 and 1, and q can be found out as 1 minus p. This formula is applicable to find out what? Bernoulli distribution. And when binomial distribution is called as Bernoulli distribution, if n is equals to what? 1. Remember this important result. In this way we have discussed all the 5 MCQs given in the question bank. Now we are starting second part of this chapter, means question which can be asked for what? 1 mark. Now let us discuss the second part of question bank, means such question which can be asked for what? 1 marks. So let us begin with the first example. Here x is a random variable with probability distribution b with parameter n and p. It is given to us that a of x is equal to 12 and v of x is equal to 4. Using this we have to find out value of n. So let us make the use of given condition. What is the given condition here? E of x will be equals to 12, it is given to us, and v of x will be equals to, what is the value of v of x? 4. So which implies that on this side 12, keep it as it is, but we know that e of x means what? Np. Formula of e of x is equal to np. Let us denote it by equation number first, and v of x can be replaced by what? Npq. On this side 4, keep it as it is, let us denote it by equation number 2. This equation we have got from the first condition, that e of x is equal to 12, and second equation we have got from the second condition, that v of x is equals to 4. Now by solving these two equations, let us try to find out our required value n. So here easily we can observe that if we are dividing to these two equations, np will get what? Cancel. So from these two equations, let us see what result we are getting from equation first and second. See what we'll get? npq divided by np will be equals to, what is the value of npq? 4, and value of np is equal to what? 12. So after cancelling np and np, we will get what? Q is equal to, on this side in simplest form it can be written as 1 by 3. Both the numbers are divisible by 4. 4 ones are 4, 4 threes are 12. Question is to find out value of n, and to find out value of n, if we are able to find out value of p here using q, if we are able to find out value of p, then substitute value of p in equation number first, we will get our required value n. So that's why I am converting p in terms of what? Sorry, q in terms of p. We know that p plus q is equals to 1. So using this result we can say that q is equal to 1 minus p. So q can be replaced by 1 minus p is equals to 1 by 3. So this implies that 1, keep it as it is, plus 1 by 3 on this side will become minus 1 by 3, and on the minus p on this side will become plus p. So which implies that p is equal to, so p is equal to, let us simplify, see what difference we are getting here. 3 ones are 3, 3 minus 1 is 2, means p is equal to 2 by 3. Once the value of p is known to us, substitute this value of p in equation number first. So let us see what we'll get here. Put p is equals to 2 by 3 in equation first. If I am substituting this value in equation first, see what we'll get here. N is unknown value which we have to find out. P can be replaced by what? 2 by 3. On the right hand side 12, keep it as it is. So therefore n will be equal to 3 will get multiplied on this side, so 12 into 3, and 2 will get divided on this side. So which implies that n is equal to, now here 2 6 are 12 and 6 into 3 is 18, means after simplifying it, what value of n we have got here? N is equals to 18, and and question is also to find out value of n. So we have got the value of n here. Now observe the second question. For Bernoulli distribution, state formula for e of x and v of x. Just now in the fifth example of first part in MCQ, we have discussed about Bernoulli distribution. In that case, we have seen that the binomial distribution is called as Bernoulli distribution if n is equals to what? 1. So for Bernoulli distribution, n is equal to 1. So using this, now we are trying to find out the value of e of of x and v of x. So therefore u of x is equal to, so what is the formula for of u of x? Np. So this implies that u of x will be equals to, I am replacing n by its value 1, because for Bernoulli distribution n is equals to what? 1. So if I am replacing n by 1, so 1 into p will be equal to p. So u of x will be equals to p. Give the reason since n is equals to 1. Now value of u of x is known to us. Now we are finding value of v of x. What is the formula to find out v of x? Npq. So v of x will be equals to, if I am substituting n is equal to 1, so 1 into pq will be equals to what? Pq. Here also give the reason since n is equals to 1. We are getting what result? V of x is equal to PQ. In this way, we have stated the formulas for U of x and V of x in case of Bernoulli distribution. Now let us try to solve third and fourth example. First we will discuss the fourth example and later on we will discuss the third example. So in the fourth example, we have to state the formula for probability mass function of binomial distribution. So already we have discussed the formula to find out what? Probability mass function for binomial distribution. So the probability mass function of binomial distribution is given by P of x is given by what? P of x is equal to x is equal to, what is the formula? NCx into P raised to power x into q raised to power n minus x. Applying this formula, we are able to find out the probability mass function of binomial distribution. So where n is equals to, for x is equal to, what is the value of x? 0, 1, 2, continuing up to what? N. So n is nothing but 1, 2, 3 continuing this way. Here n is nothing but number of times the experiment is performed, and p is equals to what? 1 minus q, or in other word we can say that p plus q is equals to 1, and value of p always lies in between what? 0 and 1. If all these conditions are satisfying, then we can say that this is the formula to find out what? Probability mass function for binomial distribution. Otherwise we can say that its value is equal to 0 otherwise. So this is the formula applying which we are able to find out probability mass function of binomial distribution. Okay, so now in this example, x is nothing but one random variable with binomial distribution and parameters are what? N and p, and it is given to us that probability of x is equal to 8cx into 1 by 2 raised to power x into 1 by 2 raised to power 8 minus x. Just we have copied the given formula to find out probability for this binomial distribution. Now using this given condition, question is to find out value of what? N and p. So if we are comparing these two formulas, easily we will conclude that n is equal to, observe that here NCx is there, and here instead of n what is given? 8. Means by comparing these two equations we can conclude that n is equals to 8. In this way we have got our first required value. So from this expression we can conclude that n is equal to 8. Then what? P raised to power x. Here p is replaced by what? 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 raised to power x means, which implies that p is equal to, because second required value is p is equals to 1 by 2. Means whatever may be the expression to find out probability is given to us. If we are comparing this expression with this expression of probability mass function for binomial distribution, easily we are able to find out our required value n and what? P. In this way we have got our both required values in example number 3rd. Now let us try to solve the fifth, means last example from second part of this question bank. So what is the first condition? A die is thrown. We know that if a die is thrown, at that time which are the possible outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now here random variable is defined as denoted by x, and it is defined as x denote the number of positive divisor of the outcomes, then the range of random variable x is. Means to find out range we have to first find out values of x, and if once the values of x is known to us, then we will easily able to observe that x takes which values, and if once the value from that we are able to find out our required value, that range of this random variable x, isn't it? So here already we have considered the random experiment. What is the random experiment? A die is thrown. हमारा एक्सपेरिमेंट क्या है, डाई थ्रो किया, तो आउटकम्स कौन से होंगे, 1 2 3 4 5 6. सो आउटकम्स आर व्हाट हियर, 1 2 3 4 5 6. These are 6 outcomes, and x denotes what, the number of positive divisor of the outcome. Our first outcome is 1, then its positive divisor. Which are the positive divisor of 1? Only 1. 1 is the positive divisor, means how many values of x we have got here, only 1. And x denote what, number of positive divisor. कितने positive divisor मिले यहाँ पे, एक ही positive divisor मिला, इसका मतलब x की value 1 हो गई. Again see, x represents what, x denote the number of positive divisor. अब 1 के पॉजिटिव डिवाइजर एक ही है, 1. नाउ कंसीडर सेकेंड आउटकम 2. सो विच आर द पॉजिटिव डिवाइजर ऑफ 2? 1 is divisor of every number and 2 also divides to what, 2. Means how many positive divisor we have got here, 2, because x denote what, number of positive divisor. कितने पॉजिटिव डिवाइजर है यहाँ पे, 2 पॉजिटिव डिवाइजर है, इसका मतलब x की वैल्यू कितनी हो गई, 2. अब 3 के लिए कौन से पॉजिटिव डिवाइजर है, 1 also divides to 3 and 2 does not divide, 3 also divides to 3. So which are the positive divisor of 3? 1 and 3, means how many positive divisor we have got here, 2. Now when x is equals to 4, which are the positive divisors? So here x, when try to understand, these are the values for these outcomes. Here we are getting these result when x is equal to 2. These are the result when x is equal to 3. Now we are finding the result when x is equals to 4. Later on x is equal to 5. And lastly what? X is equal to 6. So divisor of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. These are the positive divisors of 4. Check how many positive divisor we have got here, 3. आपको ये समझ में आ रहा है, x denote what, number of positive divisor. तो कितने positive divisor मिले यहाँ पे, 3. तो इसका मतलब x की वैल्यू क्या हुई, 3. Isn't it? In case of 5, which are the positive divisor, 1 and 5? Only 2 positive divisor are there, because 2, 3, 4 does not divides to 5. So positive divisor of 5 are 1 and 5. Means how many positive divisor we have got here, 2. Now we are finding positive divisor of 6. Yes, 1 also divisor of 6, 2 also divisors of 6, 3 also divisor of 6, and 6 also divisor of 6. Means how many possible values of x we have got here, 4, because x denote number of positive divisor. कितने पॉजिटिव डिवाइजर है यहाँ पे, 4. So that's why here we can say that x is equals to 4. So once the values of x are known to us, observing that, we are able to find out range of random variable x is, in this case, how many values of x we have got here, 1, again what, 2, 3, and what, 4. 2 repeats 3 times, but whenever we are writing range, at that time we are not every element is written what, only once, according to rule of what, set theory. तो दो तीन बार भी दिखाई दिया तो भी हम लिखते वक्त कितने बार लिखते, एक बार. In this way we have got range of what, random variable x, and that is nothing but question which we have to find out here. In this way we have completed all the 5 example in second part of the question bank. If you think that these videos are very helpful to you, so please like the videos and share these videos with your friend. In the next video we will discuss third part of this question bank.